Well, hello there. Hi. Welcome to Explore the Beyond Scales of Destiny 42. 42. I say this every week, but 42, blimey. Bloody hell. That's a pretty impressive run we've been on. Well, friends. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Yathina appreciates it, even though she's not here to prove it. The rest of the players, Burious, Josh, Rob, they appreciate it. If you're watching on Twitch, then maybe drop us a follow if you haven't already. That'd be pretty cool. If you're watching on YouTube later on in the week or year or future, hey, show us some support. Do the YouTube thing. Today may be a shorter session. A couple of us aren't feeling 100% super energetic, me included. I feel pretty rough, and I had blood test earlier, so I'm a bit. That's okay. We'll see what happens. Rando. Hey man, that was nothing to do with me, and I don't take responsibility for the actions of my players. All right. Anyway, let's bring in our friends.
So people are just like, oh yeah, we've got to get everything in now. It's like, god damn it.
God damn it, indeed.
God damn.
God damn. Hey, friends.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Hello there. How are you doing?
Good.
Very good.
Good. I approve. I approve.
Of our well-beingness.
Yes. Of the general good well-being. I look forward to hearing Burious's recap of last week's events. I'm sure they are tip-top.
You'll probably be alright. Actually, did alright about that.
Good.
We'll find out. Right. Episode
Progress.
41. No, we're good.
41.
I've got over a page of notes I have.
Oh,
from last
Bloody
week.
hell.
I know
Page
when
of
it's my
notes?
turn next week, so I'll make a few extra notes. So it start. Nell's burning up. Wasn't dead, but I was burning up. We still had I don't know, still breathing a heartbeat. We're not sure at the moment, but just burn up because I think we're just finishing a rest. I think we just finished up a rest. We woke up, and then I gave Nell a bit of a knock, or someone did. Noticed they were quite hot, burning up, and then her body starts to like morph into like loads of different types of Nell, like an older, more scarred, battered Nell, a younger Nell with like less disfigurements and that kind of stuff. Gets hot and hot. Then all her teeth like start to fall out and all that kind of stuff. Then the normal Nell reappears, but turns to ash. And we're like, is Nell like dead? Is Nell, what's going on? What should we do? So, albeit a bit upset, Aqua does empty out the alcohol from their container and chooses to try to get as much of Nell's ashes inside there as possible. Does an okay job, I think. Takes a while, but I mean, if we're playing a jigsaw puzzle, we'll be missing quite a few pieces, I think. But it's fine. It's just Nell. It's fine. She wasn't whole in the first place. Oh, and then Aqua decides, oh no, what? Let's grab this skull that Nell had, and doesn't really pay attention to what we're doing. Activates it, and then shoots a blight spell at Vic, which, based on recent things where Aqua's been like casting fireballs on us, all that kind of bits, doesn't really please Vic too much. And the arm's length has now become several arms lengths that he's going to stay away from him.
Someone
Probably.
has to take Nell's place,
I think you've always been the most chaotic still.
but not the most untrustworthy.
No.
Now I am.
I trust you to do chaotic things, that's for sure. What else we got here? Can't read that. Well, we wander around, try to discover more of this level that we're currently on. We get to a mausoleum in the top of the map. One for Thorvald Fireheart, who is like a Cardex Elder. Cardex the crown that Sköld's got, the one that we're still pretending we haven't seen him have yet. Or just haven't mentioned at all.
No.
Maybe we will today. Maybe today's the day. We look around, have a search, and we find a bottom. Aqua finds a bottom, press it, and it kind of moves to the side and showing like some staircase down to a door. We kind of work out that we have to be down there, press a button on that door to open it. If it closes, the sarcophagus above. So the three of us make our way like through it and find a big open, I don't know, burial chamber with loads of different like levels and quality of like sarcophagi. We go through the door. Huge underground, pristine. There's no dirt. There's nothing like that. It's like no one even knows it was there. Even when Sköld asks, I think it's called Kardec in his circlet. He didn't know it existed either. Or he was lying maybe, but he didn't seem to know. Lots of Fireheart name. Oh, graves. It doesn't actually have the Fireheart name, but it's assuming that it probably was all their relatives there. Aqua does some more chaos magic, and Sköld becomes Nell, temporarily at least, which confuses us a little bit. But we carry on anyway because chaos is the name of the game, really. We find Thorvald's proper like resting place, but there's loads of runes over it. Ones are different things like speed, health, vitality. I spend a long time with a 19 roll. I write down what I get sometimes if it's a good roll for like writing stuff down, so I know. And I copied loads of runes. There were protection ones on there, so we just opted not to open it just in case there was some like proper bad magic that might kill us. We find another sarcophagus just off to the side we weren't sure about, and while Sköld / Nell walks away, Aqua and Vic decide to open it, have a look. There was some kind of necklace inside that Aqua takes and I don't think you put on straight away, but you took at least at that point.
Yeah.
We go around a bit more. Sköld changed back. We head back up, and we found a pile of cash on the floor. How did I forget this part? There was a big pile of cash on the floor, which Aqua seemed to think was some kind of reward for some reason. I thought it was as well a little bit. So Aqua dives headfirst into the big pile of gold, but it's kind of like slimy and stuck down. It turns out to be a mimic, which then grabs and bites Aqua for a bit. And then we spend a bit of time like running around fighting this thing. When it dies though, it drops a lot of gems, a lot of opals, diamonds, and gold itself, which we obviously throw into our bags quite quickly. Sköld heals us up. We carry on looking around. We find what we look like. We see another big pile of money. We think it's another mimic, so we start like Aqua casts one fireball, so to burn it. Doesn't seem to do anything. Turns out we just pretty much melted loads of gold, but it was going to be a dangerous thing anyway. It could have been dangerous, and like Aqua almost died in like a few hits last time, so it was definitely worth doing. There was a bookcase nearby that Sköld checked. Found the bloody hell was that? I've got the author name written down, but Archulk Dem. I don't know. There's a book that someone wrote, Archie. I'll call him Archie.
Yeah.
And it's called On Mimics. It's a mimic book. The benefits and dangers. So someone's obviously potentially making or growing or collecting mimics or something, but we're not sure yet.
Got the book to study in case.
Yeah.
It
next
was
rest.
Akvik Deniston.
Akvik.
AAKVIK.
Oh, there's an I in there. Close enough. We carry on walking around. Aqua pops out one way, and this is the second time we've done this. We've just decided just to walk around, and no one told each other which way we're going. So, but this time Aqua's by himself. Happens to pop his wild magic. It rolls 1 out of 100, and gets to fight a small green dragon by himself. Well, me and Sköld just stand there, wander around, just have a look at the architecture. Does manage to do it. Kills the dragon. Solos the dragon. Gets the head. We take some like scales and claws, maybe teeth as well. And just after we kind of doing that, the guardian walks in, casts some kind of like spell, or someone does, which puts Sköld and Aqua to sleep. Luckily, Vic is immune to magical sleep. And that's where we left off.
We need non-magical sleep. A big rock to your head.
I do it.
Thunk. All right. Okay. We rejoin. I think this song is the one I want. Yes, sure. We rejoin. Vic, your two friends have just collapsed to the ground unconscious. And Aqua basically lands on top of his green dragon head. Kind of semi-squishing it, but also breaking his fall slightly with it. And you see coming through the door the heavily armored visage of the Guardian, whom you met previously in the puzzle room. And he just says, "You have been summoned. I have been chosen to bring you to him."
Who's him?
Dross the Great. Dross
Sorry,
the
what's-
Magnificent.
Dross.
He has summoned you. I am compelled to bring you.
And
he-
to do that, you needed to put my two friends asleep?
He raises his finger and just clicks his fingers. And almost instantaneously, the four of you are elsewhere. Aqua and Sköld, you are suddenly awake, vastly aware of your surroundings being horrendously hot and oppressive. Around you is just a heat haze. You are stood on a stone bridge with gems that shine with a source of light that they seem to be producing themselves. And the Guardian takes it in his stride. He just starts striding forwards. Ahead of you, you can see a set of stairs that, while also stone, are just carved magnificently.
Guess we'll wander on.
Kind of song.
First of all, where are we?
He just clicked his fingers. I don't know. You seemed to fall asleep or some sort. Like you just like collapsed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
of course he was the culprit.
The Guardian just continues striding forwards, managing to stay ahead of the two of you who are bigger than him at least. And he walks out onto a segment of the bridge that seems to have no railing on the side. It is just a flat piece of stone that has some grooves carved out of it. And beneath you as you step up the steps is just steel grate, and you can see straight below you into just a seemingly like endless pit of magma that is sort of flowing one way from right to left as you look, and then seems to kind of whirlpool slightly in this top left corner. This really isn't appropriate music. Come on, George. And ahead of you again, you can just see more steps as the Guardian just continues his stride.
We never said follow, but I mean, I guess it's implied.
Yeah, I'll go behind one of you. Stay in the middle.
I'm gonna stay as central as possible because not like I don't trust this bridge, but don't trust the lava.
You can see to the left and right there are gigantic, and I mean gigantic, these are probably 70 to 80 feet tall statues of rams perhaps, that have more of these glowing gems just shining and emanating, and it's difficult to tell from below here whether it's one gem or three, but there's one, like there's a gleam from the top of its head that you can just about make out, and then two from its eyes. And again, the Guardian ascends one flight of stairs, two flight of stairs, not regarding you whatsoever, just continues walking.
Alright, that's just, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with this guy. I know his strength.
They want us dead. We'd be dead by now, so.
He
That's
gets
very
to the
true.
bottom of these stairs and turns. You will halt here and wait to be called forwards. Looking ahead of you, you can see two more statues, not quite so grand in scale, but imposing still, of what look to be giants of some form, but with ram's horns placed on top of their heads. Two more of these gems shining out, seemingly keeping watch over it. And you can see some of the natural appearance of these gems jutting out from the sides. And then you just hear a as steps are taken forwards, and a dwarf smaller in stature to you or the Guardian Sköld, but darker skin and almost pale purple, stands at the head of these steps in some kind of metal plate, but it's difficult to tell from this distance with the glare and the lights all around you. And it seems that one of his hands is just a pure hammer, and the other is a claw. And on his back there is just a pickaxe, perhaps, strapped there. And there's just a menacing look to his eyes, like they never stay still, blinking almost constantly. And there's a sort of unhingedness to the way his mouth is moving at the same time, and it just sets you off slightly. And from above, you just hear a raised voice. Come forward! Come forward! Come to me! Yes! The Guardian steps aside.
Let's do what he says. Let's see what he wants, anyway.
Yeah.
I'll follow your lead, Sköld.
He's speaking Dwarvish or Common?
Common.
Just want to stand behind the dwarf a little bit.
You have finally arrived. I've been watching you. Yes, I have. You've been causing a lot of trouble for me.
For you?
Oh, you have arrived at a most inopportune moment. You have, yes, you have.
May I ask who you may be?
Oh, my name is Dross, and I am here. Why are you here?
Someone by you, we believe.
Not here specifically, but in the hive, you fool.
Oh. Well,
There's
there's a
like,
volcano erupting if you're not.
there's a
aware.
definite kind of. I feel like there's a definite kind of edge to his voice as he erupts in a sort of almost anger to you. The way you kind of state the obvious. As if like he didn't already know. Behind him, as some of you look around, you see another sort of ram outline, at least, golden horns that wrap around on each other, and you can see that the head is attached to what looks to be an anvil, and sort of strewn around underneath it there are just various tools and implements that you would use in a forge.
Wow. Yeah, we were sent down. There's a volcano erupting. The hive is to look after the population. Steelbrow sent us down here to clear it out of dangers, shall we say.
Steelbow, that fool, he doesn't know anything.
Well, he
Does
knows
think he's
your
doing?
people. He knows your people need. Well, his people, your people. I don't know. Are you part of the Empire group?
Do you mean I don't know of any empire?
How long have you been underground?
Oh, I don't know. How long? What day is it?
I don't know. We've been down here. What? 4 days?
4, 5 rests. What if that counts for days? Time's gone weird.
I don't know. I mean, when's the last time? Have you been down here since people have been in the hive before? Like, it's been empty for hundreds of years.
No, this is my domain.
I mean, we're not in the hive now, are we?
You are in the Great Forge.
And
What do
you're
you-
the one creating the hive?
No, the hive was here before me. Oh, keep up, boy. The hive was here before me. I took over it when it was abandoned.
Ah, do you have the deed? When we purchased the house in the city, we had to get a deed of some sort. I think it was in keys.
The place was abandoned. I don't need a deed.
Still owned by someone else, though. Wasn't it abandoned or not?
This is not why I called you here. Stop waffling about deeds and ownership. I own this place.
Okay, so
You have been killing my
why is it
children.
still empty? Oh,
Are you doing weird experiments?
Experiments, no.
Are you catching monsters and unleashing them in this place?
No. They escaped. By accident. I fell asleep.
I mean, well, then we've probably done you a favour then.
No. You killed my children.
They tried to kill us first.
Well, of course they did. That's what they're bred for, you fool.
As are we.
self-defense?
Yeah, adventurers. We're here to help and look. We were told by the king of the land above, clear this place of dangers, and they were dangerous.
They were mine. I made them, and you killed them.
Well, they
Can
would
you
have
make
killed
more?
many more people if they were left in their current state.
What do you want? Do you want to maintain secrecy of being down here?
No. No, that's not why I'm here.
So basically, we're here to clear it out ahead of time. At some point, they're going to come down here no matter what, in their hundreds, maybe thousands. I mean, ideally, we clear out anything that's dangerous here, but, you know, They're going to come down here. They're going to see you down here. Are they going to be happy? No, they're going to take it back with you, possibly. I'd recommend probably just trying to hide, and then when everyone leaves again, you can come back, I guess.
No, I was told to. You can see, like, there's like visible shaking at this point. Like, is what you can see of his body is just kind of shaking. His head's kind of almost glitching a little bit.
Anger or scared?
Make an insight check.
Wow, that doesn't work. Why are none of my rolls working? Hello? Okay, none of my rolls are working.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay, well we can move, so it's not lag.
no.
Let me try rolling a random thing.
I'll just roll.
Oh no.
I can roll a d20. Well, it's a nat 20. On top of whatever else it is.
All right, what's your insight bonus? 1.
Ooh, probably that 1 or 2. If that.
Alright.
1.
21. You can see it's not anger. It's kind of anger, but it's almost like it gives you the impression of a child who isn't getting his way. Almost. He's either just being a bit petulant or things aren't going as he planned.
And with that, can I also just like read him and see if he's actually like, I don't know, maybe a combat person, or is he just someone who's got all the gear and no idea?
From just your conversation, it's difficult to tell, but he certainly looks pretty equipped. At least armor-wise and, implement-wise.
Okay.
He manages to start breathing heavily, takes in deep breaths, and then after a few moments, I was sent here to find the lair, protect the lair. She sent me to protect the lair. She missed. I landed here instead, and now I've been digging to get there.
Who sent you?
She did.
She being...
Is it not
Protect-
obvious?
Not to us.
Well,
The dragon.
The dragon. The dragon. The dragon. Yes, the dragon. Yes, he did it.
Did I just put a random name in his mouth kind of thing and he's like making up now? I don't know.
You said you were meant to protect the layer. Do you mean the volcano?
Not the volcano. Not the, how am I supposed to protect the whole volcano, you idiot? Just the lair.
Oh, isn't the layer in the volcano?
Strictly speaking, I suppose, yes, but that's not what I meant. Just twisting my words. You're twisting my words. And, like, literally just spends solid 3 or 4 seconds weeping. This isn't how I expected this to go. She said it would be easy, and it wasn't easy. But you... And, like, there's some, like, calmness that overcomes him. He looks up at the 3 of you. You can help me. We're nearly there. My bolts. They're tired. They need a rest. But you can help us.
You're the kobold's master.
Oh, I'm not their master. I'm just their general, let's say.
And so is your leader.
Roll a perception check.
This gonna work yet? Right, maybe it'll work from my character sheet part. No.
Hmm.
God damn it! I might have to restart
There's a new
mine.
bug.
+4. I don't know if I did that right.
To be fair, I can't roll through you either.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not rolling from the mini thing up there. I'll refresh mine now if that's. But yeah, 14.
Okay. As you mentioned the name Ursula, it's like there's most slight, almost imperceptible recoil. And he kind of takes a moment and then composes himself again. Yes, her. She sent me to protect, but I missed. Like I said, I ended up down here in this place, and I need to get there. It's been a while. It's so long.
So is dead. So who's it really?
There's a disgusting grin that like spreads across his face, and then a maniacal laughter that actually starts to kind of burrow its way into your essence, essentially. And then a little while of laughing, and then she wasn't dead the last time I saw her.
So you're really old.
Oh, I'm old, but I'm not that old. She was in the Underdark, and then she was in the Shadowfell. She's been around since you've last seen her.
Since we've last seen her,
Oh yes,
have we seen her?
you all saw her. All four of
Damn
you.
it. Vic, he
Yeah.
knows about the puzzle.
And then one of you fell. Because one of you lost control. Now there are 3. Soon
Right.
there may be none. But first, you will help me. Or you die now. The lava is quite warm, I hear.
Oh, you guys do.
I mean, apart from being a little bit sore, I think we should help him. I don't know how we're going to get out of this one.
Well, look, we're not really the kind of types to be digging holes. We're adventurers.
Yes, and as I've been in very many tricky situations, this one feels like one we're not going to get out by brute force. Unless you guys can think of something pretty quick.
He just starts circling the 3 of you, eyeing you up. And every time he takes a step, with his right foot, there's a sort of clang almost. Like the right foot seems to land heavier than the left. And as you kind of get a look over him, the 2 of you who are tall, like Aqua and Vic, the 2 of you can see that his head's kind of aged, spotted, and kind of mottled, and there's a few light wisps of white hair, almost the same as the Guardian. But there's still strength to him. There's still cunning and guile. And he just continues to circle slowly, like menacingly.
Is that an envelope there? That not a throne or anything.
It's an anvil.
Sköld, is this like, have you heard of this forge? Is this something that interests you?
Make a history check, Sköld.
They still aren't working for me, the rolls up top, by the way. For it.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
think any of them are. You've heard rumours, and there are stories of far more ancient times where, before before Karisgard was essentially a republic, a democracy. It was ruled. It was a kingdom ruled by, a monarch. And there were heirlooms that were created by mythical tools. But myths are myths, and they tend to not come with proof. But something about this place does seem a bit mythical, considering you've not heard of it as a part of the hive before. This isn't one of the 5 levels. Are you muted, Rob?
I am indeed.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard rumors of forges from long ago, but surely this can't be. It must be an illusion of some description.
I mean, Dross, my friend here, is big on hammers and anvils. Would you mind if he gives it a bit of a looking over?
What could you possibly want to see? It's just an anvil.
The horns look nice.
I suppose, yes. What? Why are we getting sidetracked by the...
But they're shiny.
I just wanted you to help me.
I mean, how much?
How much what?
Pay? What are we getting paid for clearing out this place? We get paid for helping you as well. It doesn't really matter. Double pay, isn't it?
Gold or an enchanted item. Either way, I'm happy.
Gems are good too.
You get to live. What more could you want?
Gold.
Like, he's taking breaths now. Like, literal deep breaths. In and out.
Can we kill him with a stress and panic attack, heart attack kind of thing?
I need you to help me get through. We are nearly there. You could help us. If you don't, you have a very warm fall into a very fiery death. All you would be doing is slowing me down for a few more days.
So why do you need to get into there to go and protect this layer?
Because she told me to. She commanded it. And every day that I don't make it, I am failing her, and she will incur upon me her wrath. And I do not wish to.
I think there's something more afoot here. So did you say your master dropped you off here mistakenly?
It's a bit of an inaccurate thing, especially from different planes. She knew roughly where to put me, but something must have shifted, or she must have just had an off day. She sent me in the wrong place.
An ancient dragon like that. I think she wants to have a tunnel from her lair to here. But why?
Ulterior motives.
Yeah, she wouldn't make a mistake like that, would she?
I don't know. We never spent long enough with her.
No, but I mean, I guess not. But an ancient, very cocky ancient dragon,
You'd
thousands of
think,
years
yeah.
old.
You do have a point there, Vic.
I mean, you
He's
can look
not
at the
ancient
hole, I guess.
anymore. Time is
Yeah.
weird when you are bouncing between realms. She's beyond ancient now.
So she dead?
Oh, she is far from dead.
Well, what's older than ancient?
I don't even know the word for it, but she certainly is great.
Right, well, it looks like if we help him, we potentially doom everybody. And if we don't help him, we doom ourselves.
Maybe, but yeah. I mean, we can take a look at this hole, I guess.
Yeah, let's have a look, I suppose. Better than dying.
Yeah.
If we do help you,
Better than death.
what are the work hours? And do we get breaks?
No. You work until you're through.
Hmm.
And if you slack, you get...
Guys, you're the negotiators. Help me out here. I don't know what I'm
There's
doing.
much to really go on here.
Can you give us a second? Do you mind, like, going down the stairs to your friend? while
You
we
go
discuss?
down the stairs, this is my hall!
Quick question. While they talk, can I go and sit on the anvil?
I mean, you can try.
No, I'm asking him. Can I sit
Oh,
with your
sorry.
permission? Can I go sit on the anvil?
Why?
I just want to ride it. It'd look fun.
What are you what? What? But why?
So I'm closer to its horns. No reason.
But it's so strange.
I get that a lot.
Fine, I suppose.
Really? As I take a step forward. Yay.
The most unenthusiastic yay.
Right, Vic,
Ah.
what's your stance on this?
I guess we go and look at this hole, but we don't even know what it's been dug into. Could be dug right into lava, and then the whole place gets flooded with lava. You know.
Well, I think we're going to die either way in that case.
I mean, I think there's a lot of bluster going around at the moment, but maybe you know.
How strong the Guardian was to be able to manhandle.
I think we'll be okay. But I mean, at the very least, no. Come with me. Let's whisper over here. We're just discussing something.
Terms.
At the very least, like if we have to fight, let's fight further away from lava. You know.
That's a fair point. I think the further away we can get from the lava, the better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It could be a big old lava river next to it, but you know, also this person might just be like mind controlled by the dragon. You know.
Well, he definitely seems a bit out of it. Whether down to just age or being down here for so long, I don't know. But it's probably not who he used to be.
I think if we went crazy on him, we could easily kill him. But I don't know.
All right, let's have a look, see what it's all about, and then if it's particularly impossible, then I suppose that's our next option.
Yeah. Also, how does it make you feel that Aqua's riding your, like, an ancient anvil of your people?
Well, could be worse, I suppose.
It's wearing clothes, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. At this point in time, I'm a bit overwhelmed by the situation. I don't think his tomfoolery is high on our priority list.
True. Okay. Well, let's go look at this tunnel and At least say we're going to help, I guess.
Yeah, still think it's all an illusion.
As they come back, I am stood on the anvil, like pretending to surf it.
Okay, make a performance check.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, the rolls aren't working. I don't have a clue what mine would be.
Well, it'll be your performance. If you're not proficient, it's just your charisma. +4.
So just roll a 20 plus 4.
Yeah.
That's what they says.
Did that work?
You're not doing a very good job. You know, I mean, you're not falling off. That's a start, but you look a bit like a beginner. You know, there's definite improvement to your technique that could be made.
It's alright, I enjoyed myself.
That's the main
Get
thing.
off when I see them come back.
Okay. Well, what have you decided? Are you going to help me or are you going to die? Hmm?
Well, I suppose we better see what all this fuss is about.
Good. This way. And he literally walks off in the same direction you were, like, huddled. Doesn't even wait for you, just starts charging off into the distance. And apparently there's no wall around the edge of the map, so he just kept walking.
I'll into the lava and die.
You say, ah!
Well,
No, he walks off down the corridor and then sort of turns a very sharp right, almost back on himself, and it leads into a corridor that's quite clearly been mined out, but not polished in any way. And it kind of descends a little bit more, very gradually. The heat gets very overwhelming. Aqua. Actually, everybody make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Hang on, I just reloaded the page just to see.
But how did you not know I was about to call for a roll?
I thought it was a screen change.
No, I don't actually have a thing for that.
+4.
It's definitely taking its time to load up the page today.
Lovely.
More than normal.
Oh, +12. Oh, yes.
Nice. Got 26, 21.
Oh, you don't need my roll then.
No, we do. This is a Constitution saving throw. This is on you, man.
Damn it.
yourself.
This isn't a group constitution saving throw.
No.
Our shared stomach that we have.
I mean, the amount I've drank, I'm probably either dying or pretty prepared for whatever's coming.
Roll a con save for Nell's ashes as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just in case she's still kind of alive in there.
Turns out she's been vulnerable to fire this whole time.
That's ironic.
It's made of paper, eh?
Okay. Are you in yet, Josh?
Oh, it just loaded.
Blimey.
Yeah, it's being on a slow go today.
Great.
Yeah, the rolls just still don't want to work. That is a weird one. Let me just look what my constitution is, so...
It would be +6.
Oh, cheers. I'll say I couldn't see it anywhere.
16. Good. Nice. Okay. You all managed to deal with the heat quite well. You know, it's warm and it's uncomfortable, but you are coping. Eventually you come out of a cavern, you come up to down this corridor, and it leads you to essentially a wall. And this whole time, probably about 25 to 30 minutes of walking down this sort of crudely carved out corridor, every now and then a kobold walks by. And seeing Dross with you, the kobolds look up, kind of stand to attention, very tired and fatigued, and some of them are just like nursing, like pulled muscles and stuff. And these aren't like fighting kobolds like you fought previously. These are kobolds in the same vein as house elves from Harry Potter. Like imagine Dobby in terms of like how scrawny these ones are, and kind of you can see their skeletons under their skin, and they're kind of dragging these pickaxes behind them, just kind of panting, and like dragging their feet, and they look pretty beaten up. And when they stand to attention, you can see some of them are just sort of dozing off and leaning to the side, and some of their friends are having to hold them up. It's a bit of a pitiful sight. And eventually, when you make it to the end of this corridor that they managed, Dross just shouts and says, "You can all go home. I've got new people to do it, you useless bastard. Go, go." And there's like a palpable sigh of relief. And they all just kind of start walking as quickly, or hobbling as quickly as possible as they can away. And before they could all disappear, Dross just stops one and says, You, whatever your name is, how close are we?" And Kobold just says, I think we're about 6 feet away. I think, sir, master, sir. And turns and walks away. Dross turns and looks and says, all right, you got 6 feet to get through. Get going, do it. You've got an hour. I will need each one of you to tell me how you would like to how you would like to contribute to the destruction of this cavern wall. You can either use a blunt weapon or a spell. Sharp weapons won't really do much in this
I'm going to
situation.
use my backup hammer.
Okay.
Because I ain't using any spells on a war.
Okay.
And I asked to borrow Dross's hammer. Even though I know it's connected to his arm.
He also has a pickaxe on his back. Don't forget.
I'll take his pickaxe if he's offering it.
Why would I give you my pickaxe? I need that in case I'm attacked.
I mean, what am I supposed... Have you got a hand to hold it with? It's got like a claw and a hammer.
It's very ableist of you. I can hold my pickaxe perfectly fine. Vic.
Yeah.
Roll a intelligence check for me.
Fudgesticles. It's a flat roll.
Okay. You have a feeling that you could probably come up with a makeshift rune pattern and inscribe them on your fifth, like sort of inscribe them on yourself to have an effect on this. You could, punch it.
What about? Because I'm a shield master. Could I do it on my shield and then
Yeah,
bash it?
if you want to. You could figure out a way to do that quite easily.
Do we really want to just help this? It's only 6 feet away, but I kind of want to kill him a little bit.
Kill him a little bit.
But I don't know. Is he still standing here as well?
Oh, he's there. He's just kind of hanging back. What, about 10 feet away from you?
Okay, so it's not so he might not know what's really happening. I don't know. Alright, okay. They can get through this wall without help or not. It's 6 feet. Let's be honest. So. Okay, yeah, I'll try to inscribe something on my shield, like a kind of shockwave ability. I don't know how you
Okay.
think it would work.
As Vic's doing that, I am going to go up to him and just be like, I am very good at working on a ship. I'm, as you can see, not a dwarf, so I'm not great underground. Could you show me what we're meant to be doing?
Who are you saying this to?
The dwarf, I forgot his name, I can't say it.
Ross.
Ross.
Dross. The Ross.
The Ross. Okay.
Ross from Friends.
Yeah, I'm saying this to the Ross.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
blimey.
I know, I apologize about the light, but I thought I may as well use the dungeon draw tool to at least have a representation of what we're doing.
I don't know, my screen's black. There's no light.
God damn it. Don't understand.
Hey, Vic hasn't got his sword out and I don't have dark vision. I'm gonna say.
I don't think you're even here.
Who said that?
Well, there we go.
I guess I went home, guys.
Just at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
What did you say to Dross again?
I asked him, as because I'm not a dwarf and I'm no good in a mine, what he exactly wants me to do, and that if he could show me what to do.
I want you to get through that wall.
I have this pointy sword as I pull out my rapier. It's not gonna do much to the wall.
No. Find another way.
Have you got any more tools I can use?
I'm not.
I'm just happily bonking away at the.
Okay, make an attack roll for me. And then Vic, if you're using shockwave on your a shockwave on your shield, roll a strength check, please,
That's fine.
and add your proficiency twice. I guess.
We're +2, so +9. My +3 proficiency. I can't remember now.
+4. Any? +3.
No, +3 proficiency.
Yeah, so
So
6 plus 6 plus
5, so 11. Okay.
Okay,
You can tell I've put in a lot of effort into my attacks.
of course. Aqua, as you're
Yes.
kind of at the back talking to Dross, trying to get some form of instruction or help, Sköld and Vic are just kind of... Vic, describe your shockwave, shield shockwave.
I don't know what pattern I drew, but I'd say once I've drawn it, and like I don't know how I really test it, but I guess after I finish drawing it, it'll probably like glow a bit blue, like my normal, like what some other things do. Like my fire ones will glow red on once I do stuff. So yeah, it glows blue, so I know it's actually done something. They'll stand by the wall and then just as I swing back and then I smack it as if I'm like parrying someone's weapon away, but right at the wall.
Okay.
And then light kind of like bursts out circularly for like a disc from it, and whatever damage you suggest happens.
Okay. With a good solid few hits, you start to chip away. The shockwaves are cracking the stone as Sköld swings his hammer. He's a bit less effective. Sometimes he misses the spot that he's aiming for. But with your shockwaves cracking it and Sköld hammering away, doing a bit more damage, you're getting through there. You get a few feet through quite quickly. Aqua, Dross is kind of just nudging you forwards. Just sort of try anything. Try. Do what you can. Just do it.
Okay, I guess I get my hand and like half-heartedly try and claw some dirt out from the wall. I was like, he gave me no tools, guys.
I would recommend a spell Something to potentially weaken the integrity of the wall? Perhaps a frosting ray or a biting frost?
Fireball.
Tidal
Fireball?
wave. I'm moving back.
Yeah, it'd be great if I could see it on the normal thing. I'm having to use the stream.
Why can't you see?
Everything's just black.
Refresh.
They've
I'm
disappeared
completely
again.
blind.
I gave you vision. You should be able to see.
Okay, well, let's hope this one doesn't take as long to refresh.
Oh god, yeah.
This is a weird one tonight.
Yeah, I can't even attack off the bar down the bottom or anything.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, let's think what spell I could use. I don't want to use anything big. I'm just gonna use poison spray from my cantrip spells.
Okay.
Spray it over the wall.
Move out the way, knowing you're going to do this.
Seems fair.
I would wait for you two to move. I wouldn't just do it behind you. Like, here you go, guys.
Okay. What cantrip are you going to use?
Poison spray, I believe it's called.
Poison spray. All right. You release your poison spray against the wall, and a puff of noxious gas emits from your palm. Sköld. It appears you are still stood next to the wall. Make a Constitution saving throw, please, with advantage.
What? I don't know where anybody is. I can't even.
Can anybody see anything?
I can only see myself and the corridor. I can't see anybody else.
Oh, I can see everything.
Oh, everything's here now.
Oh, there we go.
I was guessing you were going to move next to me. That's what I thought. I was like, he's not moving. He's not moving.
Yeah.
I guess that's why.
But,
Okay, I'll let you off that one. As
Oh, thank
Aqua holds out his hand, and no, they're immune to being poisoned, but not
Damn
immune to
those
poison.
rocks.
He holds out his hand and just this burst of poison just emits from his hand, and the room just fills, like the whole corridor just fills up with disgusting gas, essentially. And yeah, you don't think that had much of an effect.
Yeah. Don't think that's going to really help our efforts.
I mean, are we really, like... I know we're doing the job, but at least we can have some fun annoying him while we're doing it.
Well,
He's told all his other workers to go away now, so he's only got us.
True.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get through and see what the situation is. If we have to do anything extra, we'll just have to go and do it. Should we just? If we're done the front work on the wall here, should we have a little code word so we know when we're just going to go and do something like fight, if we need to. Like,
Yeah.
what word won't we use otherwise?
It's got to be something we would have normally used. Because if he's been watching us, he probably knows what we would say.
Forest fire.
No, it wasn't me that killed him. Not this time.
What about dragon chess? You know, like the board game, but we can just say, "Oh, why don't we go and play some dragon chess?" And then we go and beat the crap out of him.
Dice.
Yes,
We play
dice. We've
dice, though.
played dice.
What about
Actually-
We might
beer?
actually decide to play dice. And then
Do we
someone
want to
else
play dice with him?
might-
We could ask him. I mean, we've got an hour.
Sköld and Vic, as you two are continually chipping away, and Aqua is just kind of ineffectually blasting poison at the wall, it does take you a bit longer than you were expecting. But eventually there are cracks that start to form, and through the wall, you start to see glimmers of gold and more kind of radiating orange and yellow. And as the cracks start getting bigger and they turn into more chasms through the wall, the heat just hits you again. And you do eventually make it into what looks to be a cavern.
That might be a lot of mimics.
Nah, we got rid of the one and only mimic. This is
And then,
actual treasure.
as you step through, you just hear Dross follow you going, I made it through! I'm finally here! She's going to be
How much
so...
did you two hit in this wall?
I did it all. It was all me. What are you talking about? Who even are you?
Oh, we're sent from us. No.
So I take my quarter of this gold and we're good, yeah?
You don't touch it. You leave now.
Oh, it's a lot of gold though. Which is the way out?
As you step in about 30 feet up into this cavern, which is for the best because if you'd have come in about 10 feet to the right of where you are now, there's a 30-foot drop. You step into essentially a whole huge pile of gold coins, platinum, gold bars, jewelry, crowns, weapons, all sorts. It just seems to be a never-ending cascade that flows around corners and around pillars and just sort of falls neatly and naturally. The sound as you all step onto the coins just tingles out into the cavern. The shouting from Dross echoes and reverberates back to you. To your right, along this path here, there is a set of stairs, the floor seemingly at least somewhat tiled to a certain degree, and a set of stairs that lead up and into darkness. Ahead of you, you can see down here. I guess actually you can't because there's a pillar in the way. But you know, as you kind of walk left and right and look around, you can see and almost hear just more lava and magma flowing from somewhere to somewhere else. And there's just a distinct smell of sulfur. Sköld, make an insight check for me.
Okay. Right, so let's see. And that will be a D20 plus 5.
Nice.
Boom.
22. You get the distinct feeling, and it's kind of like an innate feeling that you just get and have, that dragons have dwelt here before. Not just in the singular, but
Oh no.
at some point in the past of this cavern room, multiple dragons have dwelled here and made this their home.
Well, this definitely looks like a lair. All the trademarks, anyway. A lot of gold. Big open space.
I guess we make our way out and to say job complete.
Maybe. Where will we go?
We'll go up the stairs. What's Dross doing?
He's kind of walking around in amongst the piles and steps down and just starts looking around, like utterly awed by the experience. just kind of chattering to himself. And then you see him. Ah, lava. Yes, lava.
Maybe we'll
Oh,
just look.
Every time he looked away, I tried to sneak gold into my pockets.
Okay. Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Ooh.
Okay. You're not very subtle. Let's put it that way.
It's just so much
As
gold.
you literally, as you go to sort of grab a small handful, just ching 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 ching, as coins fall from your hands as you're just stuffing them full. Roll a D100 for me. Okay. How many handfuls are you grabbing?
I'm gonna keep going until he sees me.
Okay. Roll another D100 for me. All right. Okay. Okay.
You've summoned something.
Okay.
I think we should. I'm whispering to Sköld. I think we should probably just go and just tell the king what we're seeing down here, and
Yeah, maybe that's the best.
we
I think we have the firepower to take on whatever might be down here.
I mean, I think we could beat him, but I guess you never really know. Plus, he might be able to call in who knows what to help him. So
Okay. Keep that in mind. As you are taking handfuls of gold,
Yes.
Sköld and Vic, you're having this conversation on the side. Make a perception check for me. Okay, nice.
Oh,
Still nice. Good. You both hear footsteps. Distant footsteps. But loud.
oh dear.
And then you hear a
Ron, what's
crash
direction?
and something fall. And then you hear a growl and a grunt and a groan. And then you hear Dross saying, "Oh, bloody hell! Oh, God! Ah! Jesus! Bolts! Bolts!" And from the cavern hole that you created, a swarm of about 30 kobolds just sprint out towards Dross, and a few of them trip and fall as they fall into the pile of money, losing their footing and slipping and just kind of crawl, like sliding down to the two of you, Sköld and Vic, and then basically righting themselves and sprinting off afterwards. All of them kind of either holding a spear or a sword and a shield. And then you just start hearing screams, sort of something landing in and then a kind of deep guttural laugh. And
Do we hear wings as well?
you do not hear wings.
Okay,
Vic,
I can see something. Yeah.
you can see something. What you can see
Would I have
is...
noticed the kobolds, by the way?
Oh,
running
I
past
mean,
me?
yeah, they literally just sprint past you. Even you,
Okay, I just wanted
with
to
your
clarify that.
kind of distracted nature. Vic, what you see is just this gargantuan creature. Gigantuan is what I was about to say. Gargantuan creature, topping about 20 feet tall, built like a brick shithouse, wearing armor that is just a combination of like sort of dried and fused volcanic stone imbued with some kind of metal or magic, and it is just swatting these kobolds away with what look to be two humongous shields. And he steps and takes more steps forwards, literally just walking over the lava, not even taking it into account.
I'm
And
gonna grab Aqua.
Dross just starts backing away. And he's just like, I need more bolts. And he,
I'm grabbing Aqua by the neck and pulling him out.
Yep.
So this is not a fight.
okay,
Yep.
okay. The creature just comes charging forwards and starts literally running and
Bye.
crashing
Yeah.
through.
I like look behind me as he's dragging me to see what's happening. I'm like, oh god.
You see the creature just grabbing Dross, kind of in one hand with the shield still, kind of around his arm, and Dross is just kind of hanging loose, like almost completely uselessly, legs just sort of flapping around, screaming. More and more kobolds, up to about 60 or 70 now, have run out and are just sort of trying to stab against this creature, but nothing's happening. The three of you turn and start running toward the door, well, to the stairs, and crisis seems to be averted for now.
Would I know what that was?
That was a fire giant.
Yeah, because I've obviously I can speak giant. I've researched lots of runes and giant related stuff.
Yes, you recognize it immediately,
Okay.
and it's not a pleasant sight. This thing is bulkier than you've seen before. The flames that are kind of emanating as it gets angrier and angrier from its body and its armor in general, just an intimidating figure. And it is just wiping the floor with these kobolds. It's just swatting them to the side, and you just hear a crunch and not Rugen, sorry, just read chat. Dross's like scream echo through the hall, and then silence as you start ascending the stairs.
And does this sound familiar to what Ruken did Ruken describe what they're to fight? More of a beast, wasn't it? I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
described
said they were like shadow creatures, weren't they?
not
No.
quite. He
It was like
described a
big
lot
beast,
of
but
big and flame.
not a dragon.
Not a
but
dragon.
Big beasts or some sort. I don't know.
Seems to meet the criteria.
Yeah, true.
That's what I aspire to be.
Yes.
Well, a giant.
On fire.
Wow. Who knows?
I've helped you with that dream, Vic.
We'll
as
see.
the three of you start ascending the stairs, the heat continues. However, the noise from below, just the sheer like kind of rumble of the lava flowing, dies down, and you are just ascending a great big stair that goes and goes and goes, seemingly forever. But eventually, you come to another small cave, essentially. And as you look up, you could see another 30 to 40 feet above you. You're just in a hole, essentially. What looks to be a hole. Above you, you can see blue sky. And smoke wisping every now and then.
30 feet.
30 feet.
Okay. Aqua, can you fly?
No, but don't we have the spider climbing shoes still?
Yeah.
Or
so
did
it's
you
just
burn up
thinking
with
now.
now?
Well, we
Because we could go one by one and drop them down.
One by one and
do
drop
they need
them
to
down.
be have time spent with them.
A 2. Maybe.
That's true, yeah, you need to attune to them.
What's 10? Well, it's 30
I
feet
mean, what
up.
else we gonna do?
Oh, I mean, we got climbing gear, and then we can just drop a rope down when one of us gets out. Can your bird that you resummoned, could that hold a piece of rope and tie it? No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think its capability of tying it. It could take it up there certainly, but it doesn't have the digits to make a knot.
Don't want to say this, Aqua, but I don't think it has the strength to take some rope. It is only a parrot, after all.
It can hold one rope.
I have 10 of these, and I still have my rope
Okay.
and a hammer, apparently. So
Oh, you
I'll
actually have climbing gear. Fair enough.
I'm gonna start climbing up, putting some pitons down
Big Tom.
as we go through. Attach the ropes and stuff to it, I guess. And it's only 30 feet. It doesn't. I mean, oh my god, it's like 5 times the height as me. So fine.
As he's doing that, I just look at my hands and I'm like, oh crap. If only was I had my ring of jumping on. Could have just jumped us out of here.
Or like some kind of flying spell of some.
That was a potion I had.
But you had. I think I'm saying you probably could have learned flying by now or some sort. Or fly.
My magic doesn't allow me to learn. It just kind of happens and I adapt to it.
Okay. Vic, make an athletics check and see if you are capable of climbing the 30 feet and hammering the pitons.
+8. Hopefully.
Nice. Yeah. You do pretty well. Takes you barely any time at all. You just climb the cliff, hammering in the pitons, leaving room for your friends to climb after you, and you're all good. You're at the top. You can see around you there is just desolate landscape with rivers of flowing lava. The volcano that's erupting to your left as you look at it is just glowing lava. Like it's just like bubbling. And
That's the west, right?
currently to your left, to your west, yeah. But it seems you're on the eastern side of the volcano.
How did we get this far through? Guys, we're gonna have to make our way back to the city, but avoiding all this lava, ideally.
Yeah.
When this bursts, we're in trouble.
I mean, it's a safer option than taking on a fire giant.
Also, being under there when it erupts, I don't even know. I'm a bit worried now. There's a hole going through, but it went through to some magical area we got teleported to, so I don't know about this forge area we were in. But let's look for the best way. Sköld, what do you reckon?
Well, it must let up at some point. Perhaps we can find a good place to, well, maybe cross.
Okay. Whoops. Bear with me a second, sorry. So, you would know, after the three of you climb out, you would know roughly where you are in relation to the rest of the island. And you're in a pretty you're a long way from just being able to get back to a city. Do I have the map here? Do I have the map here? Please tell me I do. I do. All right. So you are essentially on the right-hand side of the volcano, with an entire mountain range between you and civilization.
Right.
And we've got lava that we have to get around first.
And you've got lava rivers, you've got a literal erupting volcano, you've got wasteland with virtually no signs of life apart from a few birds flying overhead.
I don't know.
Guys, maybe we can convince the fire giant we're his friend.
And I can speak giant, but if he
And
says no,
Sköld has a giant slaying hammer.
yeah, but if he says no, then we're dead. I feel like we can make our way around north or south. What do you think? Or we can try to climb some mountains to the side if there's a path through, but being higher would be better. But can we climb mountains?
Going north would be the safer option. Going through the mountains, riskier, but take less time. Time is of the essence.
If only you had someone who could send a message.
You used that last scroll already, I think.
I think she didn't. I think
thought
she
they
still
all got
had it.
burnt up.
Yeah, they got burnt up. She still had 3.
Well, I thought she had one last one, and then she sent a message to Stonebrow.
No, she bought more.
Okay. I mean, north might be the best thing, and if the lava starts getting bad, maybe we try to climb mountains as we go. So we stick to the mountain, the lower part of the mountains, maybe.
Yeah.
Could one of us spend time attuning to the shoes and not one of our other items, just in case we're not that great at climbing?
I'm pretty good at climbing.
Do you think that's a waste of time?
I think it's probably a waste of an hour. And we don't need to rest for a little while, a few hours at least, unless of course things have taken longer than I think.
You're right. Let's just avoid any future dangers by moving now.
Yeah, I mean, if we rest and someone wants to, I don't think I'll attune to them. Plus, I'm quite athletic. I can probably climb generally okay.
Yeah, so it's climbing, athleticism, and stuff like that.
Yeah, athletics. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm all right at climbing. How about you, Aqua? Being a man
proficient.
A man of the rigs. I would have thought. Yes.
Yeah, I climb the sails all the time.
Okay. Well, this your homeland, Sköld. Maybe you take the lead then.
Okay. Let's find our way back through the mountains. There should be a way of cutting through the lower valleys.
Let's just go up this way. Oh, I can't move. I'm trying to climb the wall.
So the 3 of you are planning on just like hiking over the mountains, essentially.
Yep.
Sköld as our leader. Yes.
Okay, you're doing the Pass of Caradhras. I approve.
Yes.
It's a Lord of the Rings reference for you there.
Yeah, Robb's.
Robb, at least Robb gets it. Robb knows.
I know things.
Okay. As you... Like, you'd have to turn away, essentially, from the volcano to find a clear path to cross the mountains. You know, turns out trying to climb a active erupting volcano probably isn't the smartest move in the world. So it's about... It's going to take a while. Are you going north or south? Did you say?
Going. Well, I think we wanted to try and go like a bit north, but then try and cut through the mountains. I thought that was what our idea was. Unless I.
Well, yeah, whatever you want to do. My suggestion was to go north as we can, but stay close to the mountains in case lava went batshit and we had to climb.
No, okay.
But we can
Yeah.
try to cut through, like, in one of those mountains north of it. That makes sense. We get through faster as well.
Yeah. I think it's sort of a hybrid approach.
Which one's your hometown? Was it that Baltea?
Yeah, I believe it was.
You might know a secret way through, mate, or a way to climb. Maybe not. I don't know.
Right.
Do I have knowledge?
So after traveling north for the appropriate distance that you think, while it's still probably the middle of the day, there's definitely an element of fatigue settling in. Kind of like you're approaching the end of your day. And as you kind of start you pass the first couple of lava rivers. Make a survival check for me, everyone.
Let's see if it works. Nope. Okay.
What's my survival plus one?
Boom. Oh no.
Okay. In a shocking twist of events, Aqua, probably still running on the high of having defeated a dragon solo today.
And gained a bunch of gold.
And gaining a bunch of gold, you think. You kind of take the lead on this, thinking, sort of expecting Sköld to take over, but you know, the events of the day have kind of shaken him slightly. He's not on it. He's not on his game. You take over. You lead the party directly north, finding ways for them to cross the rivers of lava without incurring too much difficulty. It's still not easy, for sure. And it probably will end up taking up some spell slots. Because to get across, there are no bridges. There are no fords that you can just walk through. This takes things like Misty Step or Rhymes Binding Ice, that sort of thing, for you to create bridges for them to cross safely.
Okay.
Mark off 2 spell slots. 1 second and 1/3.
Okay, I was going to say, because I've only got 1 second, so it wouldn't help if you said 2 seconds.
Well,
that's dumb.
Okay. A couple of hours later of sort of very slow going, walking over terrain that is just rough, inhospitable, sorry, and just unpleasant overall. You eventually find yourself at the foot of the mountains and find yourself a nice-ish area within which to make a camp.
And high enough off the ground.
Yeah, there are no sort of nearby lava lakes or rivers. You're a fair way up already, but there's a nice kind of flat alcove essentially for you to nestle into. It's still kind of windy and unpleasant, But and it's distinctly different from what you saw as the Valkyries.
Lots
I-
changed.
A lot has changed. Time has clearly passed. The volcano has clearly had its way with the landscape. There's almost no vegetation around whatsoever. This is an unpleasant environment, for sure.
Have we noticed any like predators or anything dangerous? Or
Not
they were running
really.
away from the volcano?
No, like there's just not really anything, to be honest. In some ways it's a relief, but in other ways it's unsettling. Because just the sheer lack of life, you know?
I guess we'll set up the tent.
Okay. You settle down, set the tent up, make a fire, and settle down for your night's rest. And who's going first?
I want to try something, so I don't
Okay.
mind going first. 3 hours each, I think, will be the way we do it. Is that all right, guys?
Yeah. Well, I was going to go
I mean,
because
we can always still have Now do her 2 hours. She is right here, and I put down the flask of ashes in it.
Maybe it's time to spread them. I mean, on the side of a volcano, that'd be pretty
But
good, wouldn't it?
She might come back.
I mean, maybe, but
Anyway, it was my fault that she possibly turned to ashes. So I'll hold on to her. And like take it back. Put it back in my bag. Wherever I'm storing all my shite.
Sorry, Sköld, did you say you wanted to go first?
yeah, just because I know the lay of the land maybe a bit more, and I can be sure on the first
Okay.
group that we're alone.
Sounds fine with me.
All right. Skull, what are you doing for during your watch? And then roll a perception check for me.
Okay, I want to read my book about mimics.
Okay. Nice. Keeping an incredibly keeping some incredible attention despite reading. Reading the book. This book is written by a sort of fairly unstable looking hand. A bit shaky at times, but then also incredibly eloquent, well written. Grammar is impeccable. But also prone to switching languages, Dwarvish, Common, just at will, like at random, mid-sentence sometimes, just swapping. And it starts off with a kind of a warning that mimics could be anything. In some cases could be anyone. Mimics have been known to replicate people, and have also been known to, without really any kind of build up, just attack at random, either when threatened or when just it feels like it, when it gets hungry. It also theorizes that the first mimic wasn't a creature that was born born, it was a creature that was created. By a scientist, an alchemist, anything really. Some kind of evil being that does tests and disturbing things to other creatures to make something. It it implies that they are unnatural creatures. And while it offers out some suggestions of long dead people, long dead wizards mostly, who created them, it doesn't have a definitive answer. It says it kind of comes to the conclusion that they're not natural, that they are created creatures, mutants perhaps, and that they come in many forms, either inanimate objects or people, in the same sort of way that doppelgangers might copy a humanoid, and also can come in larger sort of structures and roll around and embrace them, kind of like the mimic that you met the other day. A telltale sign is that they are sticky. They have an adhesive glue almost that it basically is their first warning sign, and it's the thing that they use to get the jump on people. It makes for grim reading. No one really knows what they look like.
Well, definitely useful to know, though, in case we come across any other things that shouldn't be in certain locations. Make me slightly paranoid.
Don't know what you mean.
Could be this book.
No, that would be silly.
Can I do an investigation check on the book?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Sticky pages.
The book seems fine. Book seems fine.
Put the book away and continue my watch.
Okay. Nothing. It's a hostile environment. It's a very unsettling watch you are on right now. The ever looming threat of the volcano that's just kind of there, and every now and then it just spews up huge sort of splashes of molten lava, and they just start running down the side of the mountain again. On one hand, it's a wonder of dwarvish technology that it's not erupted completely yet, and on the other, it's still terrifying because all it takes is one stream to head your direction, and that's it. Other than that, no. Quiet night. Well,
Okay.
day. Getting to sort of late evening at the end of your watch.
Okay. I'm going to go pick up Vic and make him aware of the nearby lava flows that could be of concern.
Okay. Vic. Sköld wakes you up. It's starting to get dark. The smoke and ash that is filling the sky is making the air smell and taste very unpleasant.
Okay.
And you can kind of see Sköld as he's waking you and getting himself ready for bed, kind of looking a bit more skittish and paranoid than normal.
Well, we've had a crazy few days, so that seems normal to me. So I'll just get my armor on and get out of the tent, and get ready to do my watch, but I have got something I want to do. Try. So, I'm sure I've got probably in my bag a blank piece of paper somewhere, or maybe someone does. Or like in one of the books we've got, maybe like a blank bit of paper. I want to see, really, really out there chance, if I can work out a way to write a note and draw a rune on it of some sort, or some mixture of runes, and see if I can send this note to someone based on the runes I've already copied down, and one experiment,
Okay.
like a message rune or a sending rune combined with a few other things, and then maybe the name of the person.
Okay.
I mean, maybe 0% chance, but I'm practicing.
You scroll the rune down on the paper after you've written out the note, and you make a little correction after you realise you've done what you were trying to do wrong, and you mutter a little incantation as you're doing it. Not like as magic words per se, but just as a kind of activation for the runes. And as you finish writing the letter and finish marking out the runes, finish off the incantation, the whole letter glows a sort of deep purpley blue. Roll an Arcana check for me, but using it doesn't really matter anyway. Yeah, just roll an Arcana check for me, but add your proficiency. That's what I meant to say. Okay, nice. 19. The letter sort of glows the purpley blue for so long that you start to doubt whether it's going to do anything. And then suddenly, it just disappears from your hand. No indication of where it's gone or who it went to. But you did something right.
Okay, well, just in case you want to know what I was writing. So it's I basically wanted to just inform Stormbrow of what we've done. Basically, yeah, basically summarise thing, and then a bit more detail about that Dross and the forge, and digging through to the layer and where we are now.
Okay.
That was the hope. I mean, it may have gone to no one.
Shadow realm.
It may have just gone and burned in the volcano, or I don't know.
Okay. Roll a D100 for me.
Hey.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just do
Alright.
my watch.
Yeah, roll a perception check for me.
I'm +4.
Okay. You're a little less vigilant than Sköld. Let's put it that way.
It's the jazz I'm listening to.
I know it's. I have no idea what's going on with these playlists. It's like they're themed, but they're just so random as well. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you're a bit more distracted by it during your watch. A lot's happened recently. It's a lot to take in and consider, but from what you can infer, you were just in the hideout lair of Ursoa the Eternal Flame, and all of the wealth that came with it was within your grasp.
Upon reading the dragon book I read a while back, not Ursoa's one, but the basic stuff about dragons, Would I know anything about their treasure? Like, is it bad to take their treasure? Or...
There's been definite discourse in the past about curses that dragons can leave on their gold and their treasure. Some good, some bad. All of it ends up being a detriment to whomever interacts with it, though. And it is just a legend. It is just a kind of theory. And since there haven't been dragons for so long, it's difficult to kind of continue the discourse about it. Because fewer and fewer dragon lairs are being discovered. However, there's enough research and opinion to kind of come to the conclusion that it might not be the best thing in the world.
Okay. I'll wake Aqua up when it's his turn then, and I'll probably tell him this. Like, I remembered something in my books that I was reading about it, and there's a good chance. I mean, I don't know how much money you managed to get out of there, but it may be worth just leaving that. But I don't have to. As if the curse is as real, it might not be. I mean, maybe to spend that first. Who knows?
I mean, if you are right, and this is cursed, which I've dealt with cursed gold before in a sense, it's on me. You guys didn't take any. I'm happy to bear the weight of this gold.
I mean, things that affect you might affect us as well, though. I.e., some kind of, who knows what, chaotic magic, let's say.
You have my back, I have yours. We've got an agreement then.
Just spend that money first, okay? When you spend money, just spend it.
Okay, when we go to the next town or bar, I'll use the dragon money.
Yeah, just keep it separate and just spend all that first, and then we'll just get rid of it, and then it's someone else's problem. Maybe get something you don't like. I don't know. Who knows? I'm going back to bed.
Okay.
Okay, Aqua.
Yes.
During your sleep, before, like, almost as soon as you settle down to sleep, you drop off. It's been a long couple of days. It's been an interesting day, and you're feeling it. As you settle down, you just start having these kind of weird dreams. And you just get a sense of dread, a bad feeling in your bones. And it seems to emanate from some of the treasure that you took. There's a strong sense that it might not be as profitable as you would like. Roll an investigation check for me.
Yeah, and I gotta actually see what my investigation is. Oh.
Okay. You picked up so many handfuls of gold that it's difficult to count in the darkness. They're not all the same sort of coins either. There are different shapes, there are different sizes, there are different patterns and currencies, essentially. And while you try and count them, once you get past sort of 100, 200 gold, you're losing count. It's difficult to keep track. The sort of wind is swirling around and making the dust cover some of them, and you're losing track and count. It's all very difficult. Was it just coins you were going for?
I mean, it was more just handfuls of anything shiny at the time. I weren't. Yeah, it was just handfuls of the treasure, more than just anything in particular.
All right. All right. Duly noted. Roll a perception check for me. +5.
I have to click off my thing and then click on my character sheet to see it. Takes me a second.
20.
Yay.
Despite your disturbing dreams, you're fairly awake and aware during your watch, and the volcano at this point seems to be picking up pace, just like straight up overnight. Since you arrived here and rested, it seems to have just progressively got worse and worse and worse, to the point where it's close to full-blown eruption.
Oh no.
The smoke starts billowing, the lava starts flowing more and more, and there are little tremors in the ground that indicate, yeah, this is probably not a good thing.
Well, anyway, with all that going on in the background, in my mind, I'm like, the money's not that bad. I'll show Vic. I'm going to put a gold coin from the treasure that I've got in his boot. And then as I do that, I'm like, why don't we all share it? And I'm going to put one in Sköld's bag of holding. While they're both asleep.
Have you ever given gold away before?
This might be cursed God. I'm interested to see how this works.
Okay. Vic and Sköld, while you're sleeping, roll a d100 for me. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Thanks. Oh dear. Anyway, your watch comes to an end, and there's still a few hours till daylight, but the early morning brings the end of your rest, and it's time to wake up and begin your travels. As you all wake up and prepare for your day, Vic and Sköld, there's something in your shoe.
I put in Sköld's shoe.
No, Vic, there's something in your shoe.
Okay. I mean,
And suddenly, you are feeling horrendously paranoid.
okay.
And I mean, like, jittery kind of paranoid. Looking over your shoulder. Every time you turn your back on your two comrades, you kind of have to glance over to make sure that they're not doing anything sus.
Do I see this?
You probably notice it.
I do think to myself, is he mocking me from how I was in the cave?
I'm not suspicious of them, or just paranoid over everything?
Over everything. Not everything. Everyone.
Okay, I'll make sure I won't turn my back on anyone at the moment.
Okay.
Normally, when I go to the side just to pee in the morning, I'm not even going to trust it. I'm just going to face them and pee. Not on them. I'll still move away, but instead of like peeing my back to everyone out of manners, they can watch me pee.
Okay.
And I do.
Okay. Took a turn, but okay. As the three of you get ready and you start setting off, it's Sköld, you estimate it's going to take 3 to 4 days to maybe get across the mountains. But any form of delay could, drastically prolong the hike across. So I'll need all three of you to make a survival check. We'll start with Sköld because you are native.
A native.
So for day 1, we'll go with Sköld.
I believe this is the combination.
11.
I see.
Okay.
See what happened there. Yeah, the dice hit the side of the screen, so it got artificially stopped.
Okay. Okay. It's not like when you use a dice tray or anything and it hits the outside and bounces back in.
Exactly. It's not a natural roll.
It's almost like It's almost like that's not how it's supposed to happen.
You gotta just let it roll until it stops.
The first day is slow going. The edges of the mountains are steep and it's tough. Vic, you manage a bit better than the rest, but eventually even you start flagging, and the three of you kind of decide to call the day early. It was hard going more so than you thought, and you definitely need a rest.
Am I still paranoid, or is it gone?
Oh yeah, no, this is a ongoing thing all day.
Okay. Cool.
Same with you though, Aqua. There's definitely a sense of, oh god. But for you, it's a bit more difficult to pinpoint.
Let's go back and say that if I felt something in my shoe, I'd probably pull my shoe out thinking it's a stone or something, see a coin and be... I don't know what I'd think of it. I don't know. I know it wasn't there when I took my clothes off after my watch, so I'd probably ask Aqua
Paranoid,
about it.
do you know?
I don't know. Maybe I'd bury it.
Okay. That's fine. You bury the coin. You find a bit of loose ground, and you get right in.
That would be before we went on the first day's journey. But...
That's fine. The second day, we'll go with Vic. Roll a survival check for me.
Okay. Can I also... I forgot about this. I've got 7 days. I'm still trying to find this Fae camp.
You are.
But obviously, I had to first of all, we had to get out of that place before I could even try to find it. So I want to look out for it as we're going because it could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere. Your general sense of where it is keeps shifting as well, almost like it's moving.
Okay. This is my survival, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you're paranoid? Like, could be anywhere. Could be in my shoe. Could be behind it.
Maybe that coin was my admittance ticket.
Yeah, you threw it. I opened up a portal.
With a 14, you're a bit more aware, a bit more on the ball than Sköld was the day before, but it's still slow going. And with the 21 perception, you are on it when it comes to looking for this Fae camp. For a couple of hours during the day, you think it's off to your left a bit ahead of you, and you swear you can just about see it on the horizon. Then the feeling shifts, and now it's sort of just behind you on the right. And you keep turning around thinking, where is it? I feel like it should be there, but it just doesn't appear. And
yeah, okay. I feel like it would have... with this weird magic and stuff, and I feel like it would. I don't need to find location; it's gonna find me.
Yeah,
As long as I keep looking.
that makes sense. That makes sense. After you settle down for your second day of traveling over the mountain, Aqua, roll a survival check for me.
Okay.
Okay, literally progressing nicely. The three of you are kind of in your groove now. Despite two of you being incredibly paranoid, and Sköld just being Sköld. The third day goes probably the smoothest of them all. There are no hold-ups, there are no setbacks. It's just plain mountaineering, essentially. And you make it across, and now you're starting to see the actual inhabited land ahead of you. While you've already crossed over the top, and you know you're over onto the other side. You're now more on the western side of the island than the eastern. Now you're starting to see civilization. You're seeing what little forest there are. You're seeing the outline of some of the cities, and Sköld, make a perception check for me.
Johnny.
Nice. You become distinctly aware, because initially, sort of early on in the day, the volcano erupts more, and it's been kind of getting progressively worse and worse, more so than normal, and it's been just spewing lava out constantly. This time it spews some out onto the western side of the island, and you see it stream down the side of the mountains. And at this point, about 2/3 of the way through the day, you can see where it ended up. It seems to have kind of just about avoided Kirdaral and is now pooling at the edge of a forest, setting some trees on fire, which doesn't take much because the trees are pretty much dead anyway. So they're just catching like kindling. And then towards the end of the day, another bout of lava comes up and just sends more and more rivers of lava flying off to the western side of the island. You probably have one more day of traveling before you make it back down to the bottom of the mountain. So we'll come back round to Sköld.
Can I just do something for that night?
Go for it.
Want to try that note thing again?
Mm-hmm.
Exact same procedure. However, I want to add at the end that I'm becoming suspicious of my my traveling partners, and maybe Nell's death wasn't an accident.
Okay, roll an Arcana check with proficiency, please.
I think it was nothing plus proficiency.
22. Okay. Again, you write the note and trace out the runes all over the paper. They start glowing that purpley blue, and then gone.
Okay.
Who knows where to? Roll a D100 for me. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Sköld, roll a survival check for me.
Okay. Come on. Character sheet. I should know by now that it is +5, but my brain is failing to remember these things.
Okay.
Oh dear.
There are a couple of occasions during this day where you lead the three of you off track slightly. You just keep seeing more and more lava flowing over to the western side of the island, and you can see Kirdaral off in the distance that seems to now be just surrounded by a lake of lava just lapping up against the wall. And closer by, a bit further north, you see Voltaire. Also, not necessarily surrounded by lava, but definitely in danger from it. The walls of your city are far less robust than Kirdaral. Prolonged exposure to lava like this is not going to do it any good.
We only have a small amount of time left. We must hurry.
All right.
Yeah.
Do
Finally.
what, Sköld?
Finally, after 4 days of hiking, the three of you make it to the bottom of the mountains. Haggard, tired, you all take a point of exhaustion just from the sheer exertion. But you made it. And you can... At this point, you have the choice of where to go. Whether you want to go back to Kirdaral, whether you want to head somewhere else. And it's nice being back in an area with just animals and wildlife again.
Well, I guess we should probably head back to Kirdaral so we can actually, in case my little notes I've been trying to send haven't worked. They need to know what we found down there and what it leads to.
You're right about that. We definitely informed Steelbrow that we did his job.
I mean, I don't know if we managed to get through all 5 floors in the end because we did like what got to a 3rd floor, but then we can't be helped if we got teleported and then had to run away from the fire
Just
giant.
us. There were no way we were fully doing all 5 floors. In the time we needed to do them in, we needed more manpower. He would probably understand that. I hope he would understand that.
Well, we haven't been paid yet, have we? So
Exactly. We got 3 floors done.
yeah, we'll go down
And-
there.
It's not like we gave up. We got forced out of it.
Yeah, we'll just tell them what we said. I mean, they can do some truth spells on us or whatever. Who cares? But we found out even more information with this forge and the layer and stuff.
There is a
yeah.
lot of things that we need to feed back to them.
Discuss.
Yeah.
It's more
To Kirdaral.
important.
Okay. It's a deceptively long journey here to there. It's a deceptively long journey there from here. There we go. But if you want, you can kind of push through a few extra hours from where you should rest, try and make it, or you can rest and go full, like fully rested the next day. However, you do notice a distinct lack of people. Previously, where you've been walking the roads of Karisgard, there have been pedestrians, there have been farmers and travellers and traders and merchants and all sorts. Now there's no one. You can see evidence of what little forests there are having been caught by stray plumes of smoke and magma that have just landed in the middle of a forest and set the place ablaze. There are abandoned carts full of stuff that people have obviously just left in a panic on their way to one of the cities. And houses have just been abandoned in the same way, where they haven't even bothered shutting doors. They've just run out as quickly as they can to make their journey as quick as possible. It's quite a harrowing sight.
Okay. Would we exert ourselves even more if we pushed through? Or would we be okay?
It's touch and go, but probably.
I think we have to push through, don't we, guys?
Yeah. I think beyond the-
We're actually on a time limit, it seems now. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Also, I like to add this is why I prefer to be on the water. It's not as much stress as this.
Do you not remember that big thing that attacked the ship?
That was just a fish, a giant fish, but still a fish.
Mm,
Fine.
yeah.
Fine. Sorry about the map changing, by the way. I tried loading one map and it was like, nah, it's not working. Still not working. Great. Feels good, man.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to where we were. Slot it. Okay, so you're just pushing through.
Yep.
Yeah.
About 6 more hours pass. All of you are feeling it. Already having taken 1 point of exhaustion, you now take another point of exhaustion, but eventually you start closing in on the pool of lava that surrounds Kirdaral right now. You are acutely aware of the situation, of the fact that not only is the city surrounded, but the gates are closed. You currently don't have a method to get across the lava. As you approach, you get to about maybe a mile away, and that's where most of the flow of the lava starts. So there's probably about a mile between yourselves and the city.
A mile of lava.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, my spells aren't going to do much about this.
No, we're not getting through that, are we? Well, I'm guessing they've already gone down into the
hope so.
catacombs. I imagine they must have done. I mean, they wouldn't wait for us. If they need to go in, they'd go in, and we did clear out a lot of problems. So I'd say we've possibly done our job. Do we head to the coast?
Gotta
Just
find
keep
some
going.
way of contacting. Or someone at least.
And there's no way. It's a mile thick all the way around.
I mean, you can check. It's possible that in certain places it's less deep, like sort of distance-wise. But from where
But
you approach from the north, it's about a mile, yeah.
Well, we've got no way of flying, have we? So
I think we find somewhere to try and rest it up, as this is looks pretty much impossible at this current time, and then try and find a city, town that's not covered in lava, and get supplies, help, and a way to get across.
yes. So there was going back through a few episodes. Ambrian.
Mm-hmm.
Ambrian's supposed to be alive still. That was the person that you had, wasn't it, Sköld?
Yes.
Ambrian the
Who was it?
Valkyrie.
Was I Ambren or was
Yeah,
that?
you were.
Yeah.
She's a day away from the city where we. She's a day away from Kirdaral, west, just north of Lindhof.
Yep.
Near a town between near town between forest, near coast. So, I mean, getting to the coast is probably safer, I guess. I'd imagine, but we can't do anything here. It's probably gonna be similar to your your hometown, I'd imagine, Sköld. So, you go and track her down. Try
Maybe
to,
she'll know what needs to be done.
and we can tell her that. We can tell her that apparently, according to that Dross, Sarah's still alive. Maybe she'll know. Who knows?
Hey, it would be nice to have someone powerful on our side for once.
True. Should we find somewhere slightly elevated to camp out for a night, get over some of this exhaustion before we take off.
Yeah, now that we know we can't get into Kida Realm, I suppose we should best take a rest for the long journey ahead.
There's no point pushing ourselves more than we can handle.
Yeah, unless it looks like the lava flow's gonna like spread over this valley or whatever, and we should be gone.
You could find a bit of high ground, definitely, where it's not going to, you know, affect you as much, if at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you should be fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You all settle down again for another long rest to try and get rid of some of the fatigue and aches and pains and just general exhaustion that has been, you know, powered through over the last sort of week, essentially, of travelling. With a new target in mind of heading to Amber and Hammerhelm, who Sköld has recently inhabited against Ursula the Eternal Flame. We'll end the session there this week, and we'll be back next week for meeting Amberin again, kind of.
Wow.
Another one.
And now I can go and sleep because I'm very tired.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
it was a good session. Good job, guys. You didn't die.
How could we? We ran away from every fight.
It's true. You did do that. You did do
I
that.
think they were just a bit too much for us this time round.
You
Fair
say
enough.
that. It was more the fact that dice rolls were not working.
Yeah, that's true too. That didn't help.
It was a bit of mixture of both.
Yeah. I have no clue why that's not working, but hey.
It was still fun, so
It's-
thank you.
It's just another Foundry issue. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Yes, next week is the 7th. We'll be back next week on the 7th. And then on the 14th, which will be the 1-year anniversary of Scales of Destiny.
Whoop.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The 1-year anniversary of Scales of Destiny. Robb's not going to be here.
Boo.
Unbelievable. So we'll be doing something else instead. We haven't quite decided, but we might just end up doing some party games or playing games in general.
With a bit of Q&A mixed in.
With a bit of a Q&A. So we'll set something up for that. Feel
Ooh,
free
board
to
game maybe.
a board game. We could do that.
Oh god, Monopoly. That'd be one.
No, a proper board game.
A
Ludo.
proper one. Oh.
Grapple.
Monopoly
I
Junior.
feel like these are all highly as rated as Monopoly.
I think Scrabble would be unfair. Josh has the advantage on that one.
No, I have the disadvantage. I'm dyslexic.
No, dyslexia just means you're making up new words, mate. It's fine.
Ah, if we're doing that rule, then yeah, I have it in the bag.
But yeah, we'll ow! My pen didn't have its lid on and I just stabbed my leg. Ow.
Oh no.
That really hurt. Yeah, 1 year, Mary. But no, we'll sort that out. We'll put something in the Discord, so feel free to join that. Go and check out Furious doing streams. He plays RimWorld a lot, and he's getting good finally.
What?
Oh no, sorry, that was silly. He's not getting good. That's that'd be silly. Yeah, go check his stream out. He's cool. And go check out YouTube if you haven't already. That has things on it. That has from episode 14 onwards of Scales of Destiny. So, you know, if you want to catch up from there, that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, we'll see you next week. I don't think there's anyone to raid today. I don't think Yathina's here to do it for me either, so it's fine. We won't raid anyone today.